Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well and having a beautiful day, doing whatever makes you happy in your happy space. And I do hope that's quilting. In today's tutorial, I will be showing you how to make the New England's star block. It is beautiful. I think it's called a New England cross star block. Let me correct myself before somebody corrects me out there. It's a really simplistic one. The block, let me share it with you now. It's absolutely gorgeous. I did use a bit of the scrap pieces, or I should say I use a multicolor for the block. I think I use as much as I possibly can, but I think it looks really beautiful in scraps. All right, the pattern will be in the description box yet again, and I must say no one has come back to me and say, Karen, I don't understand how to make the blocks. So thumbs up to you for that. Well done. I'm really happy that everybody's getting along really well. At this point, I am not sure how many people are actually taking part in the quilt along. All I know is that I put it up, it runs out, people moan at me, I put some again and it runs out again. So I really do not know at this point how many people are taking part. If you are, just let me know down below. Just say I am taking part, you know, or leave a heart at the end. Either or, taking part or a heart, so I at least know how many quilts I've got to look out to see, you know, when mine is completed, because I will be nagging you. I want to see them. Remember, that is the deal. I would love to share them with others so we all can see, and I'd love to put them all in one video and show them off to everybody so that we can see what our hard work has collaborated. All right, so with that being said, do like and subscribe for more if you are enjoying this, and please consider subscribing if you're here for the first time. My name is Karen and I do everything quilting. Sometimes I do little talking videos, or I share some stuff about my life, talk about my husband quite a lot actually, and my children, and you'll possibly hear my dog. Don't want to call his name because he's under the table right now, barking in the distance at some point in time. Okay, but for now, let me share with you this particular cross. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful cross. The colors, I always say color placement is so important. To me, these are one of the things that really makes your blocks. Okay, so just be very careful about it. If you're unsure about the colors you're using, always take a picture with your phone, and that will tell you whether you're getting it right or not. And as soon as time goes on, you will get so used to it. You would know the color structure. You would know the color palette, you know, and you wouldn't need to take a picture using your phones all the time because it will click in your brain. But to start, just get the eyes using it on the phone, you know, so that it can really jump back at you. All right, so let's get into the video. Bye for now, and let's get into work. I do feel that this is the quickest block ever. So I've got my squares, same size as my star legs, and I'm going to do half square triangles. I've already drawn the lines to the back of the white fabric, and we're going to put the same size squares together, front sides together. Okay, I have chosen different colors. Again, I'm making this a sort of a scrappy appeal to it. So all I'm going to do is make half square triangles, come back, and we'll start forming the block.
baby. So I stand up and speak.
Alright guys, so we're going to move on now. Right, so I've made all of my half square triangles and pressed them as well. You saw me trim them up. So now we're ready to lay the block out. Let me just clear away. Alright, so using your half square triangles, we're gonna get the smaller blocks here. So I'm just reaching for my smaller set of, and I have trimmed them all to the same size. So I'm gonna lay out the blocks in quadrants. I'm gonna try mixing it up and see how that comes about first. I mix the colors around rather than use the same one. Do remember that the blocks are not sewn together as yet, so it would look as if it's larger than at the moment, but I promise you it's all the same size. Well, the sizes will match and come together once they're all stitched together. So again, so that's one quadrant there. Let's separate them so you can see it much easily. Again, this longer strip goes in the middle there. Now I think I'll swap them around and have that one going like so. I think I'll use that one there. And I think I'm just trying not to use the same colors too close to each other. I think I'll go for the blue there. I'll put the brown there, and I think I'll put the blue on this side. Nope, I'll leave. I'll put the blue on this side. Yes, I'll put the blue on this side. The brown on this side. I'll swap these two around. I hope I'm not making it more confusing for you guys by moving the blocks around, but you'll soon get the idea once I have finished. I just don't want similar colors next to each other, that's all. And then the longer one goes in the middle there. So this is a new cross. I'm making a cross in the middle. That's what the block is. And then, of course, my corner squares going there. It's a very quick block. Very quick block. Beautiful, simplistic block. Right, so I'm going to bring the camera closer so you can see it in its entirety. So I'm going to take a picture as I do. Let me just separate these. I like to separate it because I do feel that it does give a little bit more clarity upon separating the block. That's a beautiful block. So that is what it looks like, okay, without it being stitched together. So what we're going to do is to sew them as groups of 4. So that's one quadrant there, that's one there, and here. I think once we've sewn them together in a 4 patch, in the quarters that they are, okay, then the next thing to do is to sew the orange strip. Now I'll give you some options. If you really wanted to highlight the cross in the middle, you could use the lighter green in the middle. Yeah, so I've used here the orange and the darker green. You could use very similar colors or lighter, so one dark, one medium, for example, just to highlight it, or use the same dominant color. It's entirely down to you. But I went with this arrangement here. I'm not sure if it will work, but I know you will still see the cross anyway. You could also, if you wanted, put a different square in the middle. Yeah, so you can cut this the same size as that and make up the center block for the amount that you would need, and then you'll have a focus in the middle. You could do that as well, but I think I would just leave it as it is. But I'm just giving you options so that you know what to do. One great thing about this quilt along is that each block, you're getting 12 blocks, but you have 12 different ways of making the 12 different quilts, and that way, you know, you can change the block around to your variation. This is how you learn when you play with your layouts, so that you can get different variations. But I think I'll stick to this. I do like the dominant orange there, and I think the colors work really nicely. Again, this is bits of scraps that I've used, obviously. All right, so I'm going to sew a 4 patch, and then I'll show you the whole block. Very quick one. All right, so once you've made the 4 patches, you need to give it a nice press. This is what I'm doing at the moment, and we will then sew the block together. I'm going to put it on steam. The block at this stage does not require any trimming. It measures down to the size that it's supposed to be. When you do press, just ensure that you open up the seams so that it lays flat, because sometimes, you know, it can just get really sort of creased there. All right, so you will sew it together like so, making sure you align the block the way it was before. This is a nice block. It's a favorite block of mine, actually. I actually used this block years ago in a Christmas, one of my first Christmas quilts, actually, and I will link that to show it to you. But I made the strip a lot more slimmer, and it's but it was a beautiful block. I made it in sort of a blue tones with white, so to give a snow effect, and I added a center block there. But a beautiful block. So sew these two together, this two together, and you can sew this middle part onto any one. Okay, and then we'll bring the whole block together. So I'm going to go do that now, and let's get started on it. Alright, so once you've sewn this part together, what I would say as a precaution is to definitely use some pins when you're sewing the 4 blocks together, the 4 patches I should say, so that way you don't get any mishaps with the half square triangles meeting in the middle, but use your pins. I would say the same thing for the green as well, the green strip. Definitely pin it on, especially the both ends. The reason why I'm saying that is that this block is slightly stretchy. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of bias there because of the cuts. All right, and when you are sewing, make sure the strip is facing you so you can see the strip, and the pieced part is on the actual machine itself. All right, very important. Pin there, this on the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. Fold it over, and I would say definitely pin again on this side. Okay, and make sure it's nice and flat, everything is even. What we're looking for here is that correct transition, you know, of the orange strip aligning on the other side. That's the important thing. What we don't want is to look slightly off. It's going to make the block look lopsided. All right, so just align it properly, pin just to make sure everything stays together nicely. So I'm going to do that, press it, and present the final block to you. All right, so let's give it a nice good steam press, get everything flat at the back. I do love this iron. This little iron is just so brilliant, especially to get the seams at the back down for all of the smaller blocks there. It just really works well on it. Just really fits in nicely. Alright, so let's turn it over. and give it a good old press. It's a very quick block, as I said before, and I absolutely think it's adorable. Adorable. I am so looking forward to seeing the end result for this quilt along. If we're getting there, we are getting there. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Very, very beautiful. All right, let's take that off. So this is your block. Let me move that aside. This is your New England cross. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing. Very lovely block. Vibrant, beautiful colors. I'm telling you, this fat quarter bundle that I chose, it was the perfect one for this quilt along. It just literally shows up everything so nicely. All right, guys, I'll get you a closer look. All right, so that is your block. I love it. I think it looks amazing. Amazing. It looks really beautiful. As I said, love the colors. It's played off really nicely. So guys, do like and subscribe for more. Hit that notification bell and I will see you in the next one. Beautiful. Very simple. I keep saying that, but yet colors, before I go, colors are so important to the layout. And I think when you make a lot of stars, you can literally see why color placement plays a huge importance in the layout and how everything plays together. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, guys, bye for now. Happy quilting, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys so much. Thanks for supporting me once again. Bye.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here.